Hello, and welcome to my entry point guide on Deposit Legend Land Solo. Before we start off, I just want to make clear, this is not practical. You do this to say that you did it. You're not doing it's definitely not worth your time. The mission takes, yes, you can probably do it about as fast as if you have 4 people allowed, but, I mean, if you're farming a loud character that's already really high level, you could do it, but it's not, generally I wouldn't recommend doing this, it's not worth your time. Having said that, let's begin with what you need, or a checklist, if you will. First thing, some money. Real money. Let me rephrase that. You probably want to have Legends Game Pass. I'm going to be using level 100, and I'm going to be using Expanded Arsenal, because I'm going to be using the MM20. But we'll get onto that in a bit. Then, the next thing you're going to want to have is a level 100 character. You can go lower, but I'm going to be using 100. And I'm going to go over the skill tree report. And you can slow down or pause if you want to see better, but the basic gist is, oh wait, give me a minute. The basic gist is, I'm going for a lot of quick swaps because I like it, but realistically, main targets are vital targets, battlefield medicine, shock plating, and vitality. That's about it. You have to have sniper mastery, and you can get SMG or rifle training. We'll get onto that in a bit. Hidden reserves is really, you need it. Steady aim is good, and dexterity. This is what I'd recommend doing, but you do what you want. For loadout, I'd recommend 6 med kits, although I think I only used 1. If you couldn't tell, I'm recording this after I already did it. Aegis armor is recommended, but you can probably pull it off at less, but use Aegis armor. Ammo vest, sniper, and then for the other weapon, you have a few options. The F-57 has the pros of its... I'll put them on screen. It does more damage. No, it doesn't do more damage. It has a bigger magazine, and its ammo is more accessible. The MM20 does more damage output. And you're faster with, but you have a smaller magazine. And you can't get more ammo for it. Now, the thing is, the mission's fast enough that you're probably not going to need more ammo. It's not like Black Site, which, just remembering that, so, you probably don't need an F-57. I'm going to be using an MM20, and yeah, that's about it, yeah. As you can see, so, first thing I did was I checked my loadout, just to make sure I had everything set up. In the previous round I had, which I had an interruption. It's complicated, but my MM20 didn't visually have a stock, so I just went to make sure it actually had it equipped. So as you can see here, first thing I did was I dropped my bag I checked my FPS because I was having some problems. Did a bit of fiddling, made sure everything was going well. The next thing I did was I dropped my bag right there and put both your weapons in there. What this is for, so you can start moving some of the items. And I was having a bit of lag because I was downloading something at the time. I was reinstalling a game on Steam. So I eventually paused that. But we walk over here. If you're just armored, as long as you're not sprinting, you get detected relatively slowly, although don't walk at a camera. It's like that person saw me sprinting, that was behind me, so they got suspicious fast. Walk at the camera with your back to it, and then take a thermite and put it into your inventory. If you're holding the bag, you get detected faster, so that's why I'm not doing it. Disable the camera, which for some reason the guard didn't show up, but this was just so I could walk past it without having to worry. So we disable that cam, and then wander back. I'm gonna time lapse that for but I walked over and planted dropped both thermite in the bush, which you'll see where in a minute, and I also dropped a drill there, which we used later. So right around there, you can see where I am. Go in the bush, and yeah. past me was currently pausing the download. Still going off. Do something. I don't remember what. I'm just doing a voiceover, okay? They go there, drop the thermite, and then go to get the rest of them. I'm gonna time lapse the rest of this. After I got the thermite in my inventory and the other stuff planted, I went back. I got my MM20 in Shaw, which is kind of important. For some reason, the stock for the MM20 wasn't rendering again, but I'd already checked it beforehand, so I didn't. So then I started just taking as many hostages as we can. Now, mind you, I took these guys out because no one else was seeing, so the alarm hadn't already sounded, and then I went straight to try to plant the thermite, but I was not very successful. So if you stand here, you don't have the guards. If there's no guards here, you can just hostage everybody, let them walk by. I shot that guard. I had to shoot that one. I didn't know it was there, and then I immediately started playing thermite. I was trying to plant the thermite as soon as possible because, you know, I mean, it takes, I think, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Don't quote me on that. To be done. I don't know how that guard got there. But I went there and then I went to get my other stuff together. And Rose hit the phone. Okay, not yet. Okay. I went and I dropped my phone. Rose alerted me with the phone at around 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So at 4 minutes 30 seconds, I wanted to answer. Now, it was a little after then, but because after you answer the phone, the amount of hostages you have and some complicated maths, the more hostages you have, the more time you get. And but that time you get from the hostages only starts after the phone's been answered. So if, let's say, you have 1 minute worth of hostages, and the phone, so you answer the phone immediately. Then in 1 minute, the SWAT will arrive. But if you wait 20 seconds or 15 seconds, let's say you wait 20, you get 1 minute and 20 seconds. So generally this isn't applicable, but for Iron Man and solo runs, this is applicable. And I dropped the thermite there for future me. I grabbed the drill and then I waited a bit. As you can see there, I reordered my inventory a bit. Bob my head to the music. I ended up picking up the medkits again because I did some big brain maths. Basically, you need to have a 3. So I picked up 2 medkits and I did some reorganizing since I have time, and it opened. As you can see, I made it so that I had 2 medkits in my top spot, and I had the drill in my inventory there. What that did was it made it so I had enough spawn in my inventory for thermite, which I then went over and ran and went to plant. And as you can see now, after this I planted, yes, in the archives, because that's generally the best spot, and I also grabbed the medkit, because you have to drop one to get extra space. Now, this is when the MM20 comes in handy. It does a lot of damage, which really helps with the Aegis units, although he put up a shield, and I almost got flashbanged, and you could actually even see there, I kind of got flashbanged, but, you camp here, and you basically just take cover and shoot bad guys. I mean, this is what I just did for the rest of it. And you just shoot a guy in my face there. What I did is not what I should have done. I should have gotten my automatic weapon, which for you might be an F-57. For me, it was my MM-20, which would have been better for that than the F-57, and just went full auto and it was taken down in like a second. I shouldn't have used my jaw there. Amazing to see, I just camped here. I'm gonna time-lapse the rest of the camping. I mean, you played Entry Point before if you're watching this, probably, so yeah.